Oh, perfect. Hello, everybody. We are live today. Hi, it is your girl, Michelle Keinan. I'm also known as the Satisfied Wife. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Wifey Wednesday. If you are new here, don't be shy. This is the place where empowered, conscious wives, girlfriends, and women who love men get everything that you want and need in your relationship with your man, with all the men that are in your life. Because that's what I'm about. That's why I'm the satisfied wife over here. I love being satisfied. I want you to be satisfied too. So if you are popping on live, say hi, leave a comment. Let's hang out together. And if you're catching the replay, just do hashtag replay so that I know that you are here, because today we're talking about something that I absolutely want you to feel like a master of, right? Because when you know how to do this, not only do you feel amazing, but your man feels amazing too. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for everybody in their relationships, that you feel great and your man feels great too, right? Like, what I teach is about being a power couple, and that means that you feel powerful and that you're building and creating and getting what you want, and you know how to partner with your man, and he feels powerful and he's a creator and he's giving you what you want and what he wants to. So today we are talking about how to activate your man's hero energy. And if that sounds good, I want to see a comment that says yummy. Because actually, that's part of the secret. So much of this is about your energy, your delicious, radiant energy, you feeling good in your relationship. That is a secret to all of this, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more. So let me know that you're here. Also, let me know if you are a wifey. If you're married, I want you to type wifey in the comments. If you are a fiance, do fiance. Yeah, yummy, hands up. Let me know if you're a girlfriend, if you're a partner. Let me know what you are in the comments, and also how long you've been with your man. I love in this community the different types of relationships, the different lengths of relationships, and how we can all learn from each other to know that we can have the dream relationship that we want, no matter how long we've been together, no matter how entrenched we might be in those patterns. It's all changeable. It's all changeable, and you have so much of that power inside of you. And today we're focusing on how you can use your power and your radiance to inspire your man to be a hero, to be a king, to be in that confident, juicy, like he's my rock kind of, I can lean on him kind of energy. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about, because it's so delicious. That is like my favorite thing to feel from my husband. We've been married, we've been together for about 10 years, which is such a huge milestone. We have a toddler, and I get it. I'm a multipreneur. We have different businesses. We're business partners. We're parents. We've got so much real life stuff going on, but it's so important when you're in a relationship to cultivate the energy and to learn how to come together so that you both feel good, because that's how you have an amazing relationship where everything is possible. Wifey with my champion for almost 10 years. Yes, me too. Same, just like me, just like me. Okay, cool. So I love all the comments. I love everybody that's popping on. Now, you can also tell me, oh, I see Julianne. Cool, cool. You can also tell me if you know what I mean when I say hero energy. Because for some of us, we don't even know, right? We're so used to being frustrated with our partner, or we're so used to feeling resentful or burnt out, or like we're not getting what I want, that maybe we don't even understand what hero energy is, right? A lot of us, what we see in the news, what we hear from our friends, it's like a lot of complaining about our partners and about men and about what we're not getting in our relationships. And that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, right? That's why I'm doing this video and why I love my job so much, because I teach you how to have that dream relationship that you really want. But that's normalized. Let's put it like that, right? A lot of us understand and see so many unfulfilled women out there. You might be one of those unfulfilled women, but don't worry, you know, it is so changeable. You are so able to have what you want in your relationship, right? And when I'm talking about hero energy, it's actually letting your man be the powerful man that you always wanted him to be. It's actually about creating that space in your relationship together where he gets to show up and be and feel and take action like a hero, like a king, like the man that you, when you look at him, you're like, oh, I know you could be this amazing. I know that you could, be this powerful, this like hero, this leader. But a lot of women feel like, I know he could be that, but why isn't he doing that? Right? Now, if that's you and if you feel comfortable, I invite you to share in the comment, right? If you had the experience of remembering, right? Some of us, when we were in the beginning of our relationship, we're like, oh, I remember when he was so amazing, right? I remember when he did all these things, when he remembered everything, when he took care of everything. But along the way, that stopped, right? Or along the way, the energy kind of shifted. And somehow in our relationship, right, you became the leader. You became the one that was doing all of the things, taking care of everything, managing the house, managing the finances, organizing everything, and feeling like you were the one that was always guiding the show. But then your man wasn't like stepping up the way that you wish that he would. Now, if this is what's going on in your relationship, again, I want you to know that it's totally fixable, it's totally changeable. But a lot of the methods that we're taught as women, especially powerful empowered women, a lot of the ways that we learn how to do that aren't working. And so then our brains go into like crazy overdrive mode and they're like, it comes up with all these stories, right? Like he's lazy, he doesn't care, he's not motivated, he's not good with money, he's just not a leader, right? How many of you, and it's totally fine, right? Like the best thing that you can actually do is take those limiting beliefs, take those inner criticisms out of your brain, out of inside of you. You can put them in the comments here. This is a safe space for that because even that can help you make that shift of identifying, oh my God, what are all of these things that I think about my partner that are actually part of that cycle of me being disappointed, of him letting me down, of him not showing up the way that I want him to, and quite frankly, of him not showing up the way that he wants to either. Because something that we don't learn about men anymore, but that's so, so important, is that your man, he wants to be your hero. He wants you to be happy, right? He wants you to feel lit up by him. He wants to feel like he's doing a good job, that like that you come to him and that he's able to provide for you and support you and show up for you. That is actually one of his deep desires, especially if you're in relationship. I can't say this about all men, of course, but if you're in a relationship with a man who loves you and every day you are together, you are both choosing to be together, right? Whether you have a piece of paper or not, there's something that's keeping you both there. And when a man decides to partner with a woman, it's part of the reason is because he wants to build with her, he wants to grow with her, he wants to create a legacy with her, and he wants to feel a certain way in that relationship dynamic. And for many men, they want to feel like they're heroes for you. Many men, they go on something called a hero's journey, right? Like we go on our heroine's journey. He has his own life purpose, his mission, and his journey. And he wants his relationship with you to feel that amazing. He wants to feel like he's winning, like he's doing the right things, but there's something that gets in the way, right? Like how many of you feel like you have to initiate when it comes to making decisions or hitting deadlines or even like getting things started in the bedroom? It's okay, we don't have to be shy. You can raise your hand or you can leave a comment and talk about it. Or how many of you are like sick of that feeling of why is it always me that is making the vision for our relationship? Why is it always me that is thinking ahead and planning ahead and taking care of kind of all the pieces? Why does it feel like everything's on my shoulders? Okay. If you are feeling that way, you're not alone. So many women out there are feeling that way. But what a lot of us do is we double down, right? First of all, we go to those other women that are also feeling that way and we sort of reinforce each other's like the complaining and like the negativity, and sort of it's almost like the outside sources that we go to reinforce like, yeah, that's just how it is. That's how men are, that's you're just gonna have to suck it up or deal with it or fight him or divorce him. So many of us hear those limiting messages from outside sources because it's reinforcing those inner limiting beliefs. Or we'll double down on doing the things with our partner that haven't been working before, right? Like how many of you make to-do lists for him and organize a calendar and like physically are like, okay, we have to sit down and have this meeting, or even you tell him things to do and then he doesn't do it. So you're just like, oh, fine, I'm going to do it anyway, right? A lot of you, what you guys are doing, and I had to learn this the hard way, right? Is you're actually doing all the things that you don't want to do anyway, and you're showing up in your relationship in a way that doesn't feel good, that's taking you from your creativity, from your money making, from your business building, from your friendships, from your self-care, from your children. You're doing all of these things that you don't even want to be doing, and then you're getting mad at him that he's not doing those things either. I'm seeing comments that the initiating and visioning is so frustrating, and I'm so happy that you're sharing these comments. And some of them I can't see because I'm on StreamYard, so you can let me know your name so we can talk. I'm really happy that you're sharing though. Like, it can feel so hard, but we have to realize, right, as powerful women, as strong women, we have so much power in our relationships to make change and to affect how our partner shows up. But a lot of times the way that we're doing that is we're taking the lead. We're taking the initiative. We're taking that energy that we wish he would show up in, but we're showing up in that energy, and it's not giving him the space or the opportunity to do it in a way that feels good for him, and also in a way that we could receive it too. See, we don't realize how powerful we are, right? How inspirational we are, but we're using these tools of control, of management, of being on top of everything in a way that if our man tried to show up like that, it would cause a power struggle, and he would hate it and you would hate it. And so it's leaving you both super, super, super frustrated. But what I want you to know is that once you stop showing up like that, once you stop doing all that crap that you don't like, once you stop showing up in that energy that doesn't feel good to you anyway, once you stop taking all the initiative all the time and feeling like, well, I have to do that because if I don't, he never will. Once you start making that shift, your man starts to show up in a different way. It has to happen. Like, I've seen it hundreds of times inside of my legendary Goddess Wife School. Every woman that I work with is like, no, that's not possible. He'll never do that. He's never done that before. He's never shown up like that before. That's just not how he is. That's not his personality. That's not his energetic type. And I'm like, okay, totally fine. Why don't we do an experiment where you make these shifts to show up in a way that feels really good and delicious and activates your radiance? And let's see what happens next. And every single time a woman really, really commits to herself in that way, her man starts to show up in a totally different way. Like, legitimately doing things that maybe for years you've been begging him to do or managing him to do. He starts to do that from his own desire, from his own inspiration. Things that before you would speak them and they would go in one ear and out the other, places that you want to visit, dates that you want to go on, ways that you want him to take care of you. Once you start shifting that energy, guess what? He feels inspired and excited and has the space to start doing that. And the best part is it doesn't come from you controlling. It doesn't come from you bossing. It doesn't come from you reminding him. It doesn't come from you at all. It feels so good because it comes from him. It comes from his inspiration. And doesn't that feel amazing, right? Because we've all been there. We told our man like to do something and he's done it. And we're happy that he did it, but in our heads we're just like, damn, I wish I didn't have to tell him. I wish that he would just do that on his own, right? Why doesn't he ever do it on his own, take his own initiative? This is why. This is the opportunity for that, okay? Because the things that my clients see from in the bedroom, stuff that their man would never do before, to how he takes care of the house, to how much money he's making, to the kinds of, to dates, surprise trips, gifts, flowers, all these things that he didn't used to do before because he didn't care, or, you know, he didn't want to, or he didn't remember. All of that starts to change. It's amazing. It is amazing. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to type a comment right now where you say, I decide to show up in my radiance. I decide to show up in a way that feels good for me so that my man can show up in a powerful new way in our relationship. Let's type that all right now, right? I decide to show up in a way in my relationship that feels good for me so that my man can show up in his power in our relationship. I want to see everybody type that in the comments right now, or your version of that, because this is that first step. Remember when I told you you have so much power? All you need to do at power is make that decision for yourself, not try to control him or micromanage him or even be focused on him and feel frustrated and feel like everything's out of your control because he won't do the thing that you want him to do. You get to show up in this different way. Yes, Melinda, yes, I love it. I love it. Go, girl. I want everybody to type this out right now that is watching this. I don't care if you're watching live, if you're watching on the replay later. This is very important. Thank you so much for typing this and for taking this step. But I know that we make these decisions and then shit gets real, right? He triggers the fuck out of us, right? He doesn't do the thing that we're like, but I showed up different. Why didn't he do it, right? And then all the stories start and the automatic reactions start. Oh, it's never gonna work. Oh, he isn't that kind of man. Oh, it's never gonna happen. Oh, I'm always gonna have to be the one. I totally get that, right? Have you been there? You can say I've been there if that's you. Exactly. And that's okay, right? That's why what I want to do, and I haven't done this in like forever ever, is I am opening up a few one-on-one juicy as fuck depth and discovery calls for just a few women, okay? Just a few women that are gonna slide into my DMs that are watching this, that know that you're ready, right? To understand what you're doing in your relationship that's kind of cock blocking your man from showing up the way you want him to, and how to stop that right now. Okay, this is a free call, right? Because I wanna get to know you better. I wanna get to know this community better. And I just want you to feel how quick that win and that shift can be. So especially if you're a woman that's like, that's never gonna happen for me ever, I definitely want you to slide into my DMs, because in 30 minutes on this free call where we're going to get to know each other, where I'm going to show you exactly like the one thing that you're doing that you're just like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Teach you how to stop that and show you how you can have it very different very quickly with your man in your relationship. Like the minute that we stop doing that call. In fact, when I've done these calls before, by the time we've gotten off the calls, the husbands, the boyfriends have already started doing something different. Like I've done these calls and we've hung up, and I've gotten messages right after that have been like, oh my God, while we were doing that, he cleaned up and organized the entire garage. Or, oh my God, he sent me a text and he's taking me to this restaurant that I've always wanted to go do. Like, that's how instant it gets to be. And that's the kind of experience that I want you to have, because so many of us are stuck. So many of us are stuck with this limiting belief that is telling us that our man can't be the hero that we want, that he can't be the king, that he's just not that kind of guy. And a lot of times it's not true. A lot of times, right, when we're in a relationship, it's a dynamic, it's two people, and you get to show up in your relationship in a way that feels amazing for you, and he gets to show up in a way in your relationship that feels amazing for him. And from that place, we get to co-create. That's how we get to be power couples, where we're both in our zones of genius working together. And that's what I want you to feel like in your relationship right now. So if you don't have that, slide into my DMs. This is super like low pressure. This is not a sales call. This is just a connection call, a depth and discovery call, 30 minutes for you to have this incredible shift in your relationship. I'm so excited to meet you, but do it fast, because I think I'm only opening 5 spots. So the first 5 ladies, you are in, and I'm going to give it to you, and I can't wait to meet you. So if this video was helpful for you, please share it. If you know a woman that is struggling in her relationship with her man, please tag her, share this with her, bring her into my Goddess Wife Vibes free Facebook community, which is open for everyone that isn't in it as well. Come on in. I want us to have a paradigm shift. I want you to have a way different experience and be part of a movement of satisfied women that are getting everything that we want from our men. I want you in my world. I want you to have that experience. Okay? I'm loving you guys so much. Have an amazing, amazing week. I'll see you next week for our next Wifey Wednesday, but I hope I see you in my DMs. Those 5 calls are going to go super fast. So let me see who I'm going to be meeting and doing that with. Love you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye.